Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Cultivate Your Brand weekly training where I talk about business branding, leadership. And we do this every Wednesday at 12 p.m. Central. So if you're new here, welcome. And if you want to do this with me every week, you can just put this in your calendar. It is always going to be the same link, although I do recommend that you register online with that link so that you get the emails every week. Okay, so we're going to jump in. My name is Taylor Douglas. I am a speaker and business consultant, and I help business owners and professionals create personal professional brands that accurately express their vision, their voice, and their values. I have been in business for 11 years. I haven't always done the same thing. I started out in a multi-level marketing company doing health coaching, worked my way through a business degree, private equity, operations management. And now I'm a speaker. I am just so excited to work with people who have a vision and who feel called to bring something to the world that doesn't currently exist. Okay, so today we're going to be going over the 11 secret weapons to a killer funnel. And now when I talk about funnels, I know that there are a lot of different ways people view funnels. You can view funnels from the perspective of, I pinned my video there. Okay, so you can view funnels from the perspective of marketing or sales. This is going to be more of a generalized, both of those things, both marketing and sales, as I believe that it's super important for you to know the relationship between the two. Okay, so let me know where you are hopping on from today. If you're on live with me, and if you're watching the replay of this or somewhere out in the ether where this gets posted, comment down below. Where are you joining from and what do you do in your business? Why do you need a funnel? So you don't have to answer all three of those questions, just answer one of them. Okay. Oh, we've got some people from Utah. Love that. I think we have several people in Utah here. It's great. Cool. Love it. Okay, guys. So what is a funnel? What at its simplest, a funnel really is just how you move your customer from prospect to purchase. So how do you get them from stranger to sale and into your business as a relationship or as a one-time thing? This is how most people see funnels, right? It's leads into your business, and that's how you make money. In essence, that is true. That is the entire essence of a funnel and why you need one, is you're figuring out how do you get people from way out there into what you're doing right now. Without scaling, you're basically going to be stuck having the same business that you have right now, which may or may not be what you actually want. Sorry, I'm just, there we go. So what is the goal? So our goal, is moving from someone from stranger to sale and then actually beyond that. As someone who is really passionate about human beings, I want you to consider that if you want to build a really sustainable business, you want to ensure that you are building something that can last. And so you're forming relationships with people. You're not just out here, doing necessarily one and done sales, even if your business model calls for that. You want to think about this from a really holistic point of view. The person making that sale is indeed a human being, and they deserve for you to know that they're a human being. Knowing that they're a human being on the other side of that sale is not only going to actually help you increase conversion on your funnels, it's actually going to help you to It's actually really, really going to help you to understand who it is you're selling to and get more people, through your funnel in that way. Okay. So where do you begin? So who wants to tell me where the first place in your funnel actually starts? I'm watching the chat here. Does it start when they land on your landing page? Does it start when they, purchase something? Where does it begin? Out in the open. That's a great answer. Yeah, your funnel begins before your customer even knows like who you really are. Because without people, there's no funnel, right? You have to somehow get people actually into your business. And I want you to start thinking about funnels more like a spider web than as, like the top down. Even though I'm going to use that kind of graphic here in just a second, I want you to start to think that funneling people into your business really is like grabbing from a bunch of different places, because you could have 10 places where people actually enter your business and not just one. Okay, so where do you begin with your funnel? Okay. Here are the stages that your funnel is going to go through when you think about it. Okay, ignorance. This is people who they may not know they have a problem, or they may know nothing about your business whatsoever. Exposure, interest, desire, and conversion. So when somebody is in their ignorant stage of your funnel, they are literally just a complete stranger, right? They don't know what you offer. They've never been exposed to your offer. Maybe they've never been exposed to the problem that they actually have. They're just completely ignorant. It's like you don't even exist in their mind. Then they enter the exposure stage. Exposure is when this person is, they come into contact with your business or in person. So it's anything that you're putting out into the world to actually attract people to your business, whether it's paid or organic, doesn't matter. It's just that first exposure that they have to your business or your offer. Then they're going to enter the interest stage. This is where your relationship with them truly begins. The client may have zero or a very surface level awareness of their problem or desire, but they choose to start engaging with your business. They start to see that maybe there's something there, and they will begin to actually think, okay, maybe this person is onto something, or maybe this offer is interesting to me. There was a point in time where you saw something about this training in particular and you just had an interest, like, okay, well, maybe I'll choose to engage with this, or oh, maybe I do need to work on my funnels, or whatever that was like for you. There was just like a moment where the relationship with this particular offer, this weekly series, began. Then there's desire. Desires is when your client or future client is aware that they have a problem. They're open to the idea that maybe they can purchase or download something as a solution to said problem. And your brand in this area is going to be extending some sort of offer or some sort of way for them to actually interact with your solution. And then there's conversion. Most people view this as the very last step in the funnel. They see how you really are going to solve their problem, and they choose to take action and become a customer. Is that really, the last step in the process? Maybe. But I invite you to consider that after conversion, you need to have a plan for how you're going to actually continue to have that relationship with your customer. Everything that I do in business is based around people being human beings, who they have things that they want. They have desires, they have problems, and they want them solved. And who here really likes it when somebody, solves your problem or gives you, your answer, sells you something, and then completely ghosts you out of nowhere, right? That's not, as human beings, especially in this relationship age where people want to be nurtured, people want to feel like they're important, is you have to put effort into ensuring that that client gets some sort of nurturing into the next steps. And we'll talk about that in just a little bit. So here's where you start. Here's number one. Okay. These are all the secret weapons that you need to know. And business strategy, funnel strategy, and like the actual physically building out a lead funnel is a lot of work. There's a lot of things. It can be very simple, but there's a lot of moving pieces. So I have just summed this down to the 11 things that are the most important. But I want you to know that this world of funnels, this world of getting a lead through being a client to turning them into a lifelong client is a very large and sometimes can be extremely complex system. But I'm giving it to you in the most simple way that I could tell you so that answer any of the questions that were asked. So I want you to imagine the humans, on the other side of the screen or the other side of the billboard or the other side of, the pamphlet that you handed out, wherever they are. You want you to imagine them, like, who are these people? Understanding your audience is absolutely essential because you need to target your marketing towards your audience. And your audience is going to be what turns into customers. So if you don't know anything about them, how are you going to actually relate to them that you have something that they need? You want to know as much about them as you possibly can. You want to know their demographics, which is like, their age, where they live. If you are, if you're doing something that's very localized, knowing where they live is very important because you're going to want to make sure you can target people who actually live in that area. So the demographics, what problems they have, what do they want? What's their mindset right now that you're going to actually help them overcome? What are some of their beliefs? What are their thoughts? If you have conflicting beliefs with your audience, it can be challenging to actually overcome those things. So it's important that you know how to target people's specific beliefs about the world. You want to know things like their income, some of the experiences they've had that might lead them to buying your thing, and their income and their habits. Some people might say, like, why do you want to know what their income is? Well, you want to ensure that you're actually talking to the people who can afford your services. If you have very low cost services, then you can talk to a general person. They might be looking for something free. They might like the word cheap. They might like the word fast, easy, right? These things are what are going to actually paint, like, how do you actually connect with them in the next thing. But guys, I think my slides got messed up again. This happens every week. Number 2 is exposure. Okay, these are your marketing efforts. And this is really, truly where your funnel begins. So what are the marketing efforts that you can make that are in alignment with your vision and your values? There are a lot of ways to market your business in the world today. There are a lot of options. And so I want you to consider and, write down in whatever notebook you brought with you, what are the options, right? What are the things that feel most in alignment with you? You want to ensure that you feel like they're in alignment with you because you want to maintain those efforts. For me, I do mostly a social media, organic events, networking kind of marketing effort. And I ensure that there are things people can interact with me on a regular basis. This call would be considered some sort of exposure, right? Although technically, if you get on this call, you've actually gone through the entire process of getting through conversion, because even things that are free and don't cost money, they still go through that exact same process. So I want you to consider that. It's not always a sale, right? That's at the end of that conversion. It's anytime your client actually takes action to do something in your business. Okay. Number 3 is your offer. There's a couple of parts to your offer. Here's the thing. I tried to run a business for a couple of years without having an offer. And I learned this hard truth, okay? If there's no offer, you do not have a business. If you can't sell something or provide some sort of service, even if it's free, something free is still an offer, okay? But if you don't have anything to get people through those 5 steps and into conversion where they actually take, so you have to think about this, like, what is your unique, irresistible offer? And how does it actually help your audience that we determined, in step 1? How does it actually help them solve their problem or achieve their desires? the first part of your offer is simply like, what is your offer? Is it a product? Is it a service? Or is it some sort of experience? It's going to have some sort of name and value that's attached. And the second part of your offer is, what are the features of the offer? What are the benefits of it? And I put on here a 1-sentence explanation. And I want to talk about your 1-sentence explanation for just a moment here. So your 1-sentence explanation is something that you can use, especially marketing on social media. If someone said, hey, I want to come to that weekly brand series thing, what is it? I could say something to the effect of, it's a free 30-minute call where we go over different, business strategies, and you should join. Like, that's really what it is. It's a free call we do every week, so that you can actually just implement something new in your business that's in alignment with you and uses real marketing principles. Right? Like, it's a really simple, you want to have a really short, simple explanation of what it is that you're doing with that thing. So does anybody have a product that they actually really want help figuring out what their little short explanation is of it? I can't see anyone's faces, so I'm not sure who's here. Pam. All right, Pam, what is it that you sell? What is an offer that you have?
Okay, my primary thing that I work on is helping people reduce toxins. So, I have various courses and levels of helping people do that. So
let's just pick one. Pick one.
Okay, the mini gut course right now.
Okay. What goes on in that? So it's a course. What happens?
It is a course where it's with Bronwyn, and we look at the emotions of what goes on in the gut and improving the gut. And then I go into some of the most toxic ingredients that affect the gut and alternatives to replace that.
Okay. Awesome. What are some of the features? So features are things like, they're kind of tangible. It's like, as a course, it has 6 modules as this. Or do you have like a link to it that I could just pull it up and we can look at it? Or
I don't know that I could. I don't know that I could pull it up quick. I don't know if Bronwyn can help me, but it is 4 video modules, and there is a workbook with it that people fill it in as we are talking, and then there's a little bit of homework that goes with it. Thank you, Tara.
Okay, well, that was interesting. I got kicked out for a second there.
I thought it was me.
All right, it's over. I don't know what happened. It might have been everyone. Okay, let's see, get back in here. Okay, so back to what we were doing.
I popped that link in the chat for you. I'm not sure. I need to look at it and see if you can even see the modules or anything from the outside.
Okay, no problem. I accidentally muted myself. Okay, let's go. Let me see if we can look at it real quick. Okay. Okay, I can see it. Awesome. Okay, so with what you're doing, we're just the 1-sentence explanation is simply something that's really simple. It's like what it is, what it does, and an invitation to join them. Okay, so I'm actually just looking at the page here. You guys obviously can't see it at this moment, but see what is that? It says, this was designed to baby step you into a healthier gut experience. Okay, someone who has no idea what gut health is that going to make sense to them?
Yeah,
like if I didn't know anything about having a healthy gut.
They might not. They might just say, my stomach aches all the time. What do I do?
Yeah. So this is how would you explain it to someone that has never experienced it before? And I think that's what your course is actually for, is the people who haven't experienced it. Why would they want to join?
I kind of think they would want to join just because they're tired of not feeling good.
Yeah.
It's
Awesome.
holding up their life.
Okay, so your one sentence explanation could be, this is a 4-week course to help you figure out your stomach issues, right? Super simple. Without going into the specifics of, well, we're gonna look at your microbiome or the toxins or all that. Like, it gives you this really simple way to say, it's a 4-week course. It's gonna help you figure out your stomach problems, right?
Okay.
And so when you're creating your like one sentence marketing statements for your business, you want to consider it from that perspective. What if somebody had no idea what this was? How would I explain it to them?
Okay.
Yeah, Bronwyn, I see what you say that. They already know what it is if they get there, but if she was inviting someone on social media, they may not. Okay, so that's what I want you guys to consider. Okay, so is that helpful?
Yes, I'm just taking notes if it looks like I'm distracted.
Oh no, you're totally good. All right, perfect. And we're going to talk about that a little bit more. Just want to make sure we keep moving through this so we can get it through all of it. Okay, so thank you, Pam. Super, super appreciate you jumping in and sharing that with me. Okay, just sure. Okay, so here we go. So with your offer, let me see, I saw Tara say something. 6-month program that will help you declutter your home, even if you've tried before. Yes, Tara, that's perfect. Not only does it talk to how long it is, it tells them what they're going to get to do and then what their holdup might be in actually, purchasing something. I love that. It's perfect. Okay, so here's some of the things that you might want to consider with your offer, not just your one sentence statement, just like your entire offer in general. You want to really have your offer created before you're marketing it to people. Yes, there are strategies around marketing something that doesn't exist yet. However, even if it doesn't exist, you should have created the frameworks for your offer, because depending on where you are in your business, if you're just beginning in your business and you haven't actually executed on an offer, or you've never gone through fully creating it like a whole offer and you want to sell it beforehand, you want to ensure you know what you're doing, because it takes a lot to actually make an offer different. Whether what you're putting in that course and what the outcomes are before you start marketing it to your clients. Okay. You need to necessarily worry about taking lots of notes. But I do want to point to something here. Why did they want it? When we addressed your audience in number 1, we talked a lot about mindset and things like that. But you want to know why your client, why they would want your offer. Okay, because the reasons we think people want things are not the same reasons why people buy things. Consider, a cup of hot chocolate. Why might somebody want that? What would the hot chocolate company think I would buy a cup of hot chocolate for? Right? They're like, oh, they want something delicious. They want to have like a joyful experience. And those of us who really love, that kind of energy where we talk about the experiences of things, right? Like, they have just an amazing experience. It goes in your mouth and it's chocolatey and delicious. It just makes you feel like you're at home at grandma's house, right? Whereas I got this because I walked in and I was cold and I knew it was warm and it was going to help me be warm if I drank it, right? So we have to understand, why do people actually want the thing that we're offering? Because it's most of the time, I'm going to say, it's not the reason why we think. Okay, so you want to know some of these things. You want to know delivery method. You want to have all that set up so you can actually go and not only market it to your clients, but actually set up like sales pages and things like that. Okay, next. Number 4, this secret weapon is something you want to be using all the time. Call to action. It's just a clear invitation to actually do something. I see so many people marketing, people that are not successfully marketing, people who are putting their things out into the world, hoping that people come to them because they shared something, but they're not using any calls to action. And some people are afraid of call to action. But I want to say, like, call to action is literally just an invitation for them to do something. If you don't invite someone to do something, the odds of them doing it are very low. And I literally had a conversation with somebody today who was like, well, I just don't, I feel like, they would put forth the initiative if they wanted it. I'm like, well, how would they know they wanted it if you didn't tell them there was an opportunity for them to actually do something with it? Right? I could put out a really great Facebook post, really well crafted, amazing story, walk people through, shifting their mindset about something. And then on the other side, like I have like maybe an offer, a course or whatever. And I get to the end and I'm like, have a great day, like have a great Tuesday, have a great Wednesday, where I could have said, yeah, I know we're running out of time. We'll get through it. Don't worry. I could have said something like, if you feel called to have a conversation about this, message me or comment below if this is interesting to you. I have friends, pretty sure who is on this call, who says things like, if you feel the nudge, go ahead and do that. And everyone is going to have their own flavor. Some people's going to be like, sign up with the link. Sometimes it's really direct. Sometimes it's, more generalized, and that's going to be more of a branding thing that you get to decide. Okay, I'm changing the screen on my screen. It's not changing on Zoom. Okay, there we go. That was weird. Okay, so this is a call to action formula. Okay, it wants you to have urgency and simplicity. Okay, so you don't want this to be like 3 sentences. It needs to be like 1 sentence, short sentence. It's a verb, an adverb, and a buzzword. With like something like buy this now. Buy this now, right? Comment below. Get 15% off today. Like, it's very clear and it tells them exactly what to do. Okay, you want to optimize this across your platforms. There's a few places this shows up. It's going to show up in your landing pages. It's going to show up it should show up in your bios. All of your bios on social media should have a call to action somewhere for someone to enter your funnel in some place. You want to optimize that across your platforms and make sure you're using similar wording that gives people clear direction on what you're doing. And you want it to be like 5 words or less is ideal. It's very, very ideal. Here are just a few examples. I literally just went and scrolled my Facebook feed this morning for people selling things and clicked on a few things. And these are the ones that I just literally screenshotted to show you. A lot of it is, that one is like drop a camera and I'll send you very clear, tell them exactly what to do and exactly what they'll get by doing it. Join our community, get the bundle for $27, start your free 14-day trial. Like, there are these very clear action steps that somebody can actually take when they see it.
I hope these recordings are like, don't have her cutting out. Hopefully it's getting it good on her end.
Get back to it. I think you can hear me now. Yeah, you hear me? Okay, perfect. I'm going to show you guys some heroes. You've seen them before. You may have just not known that they were called a hero. So here is a hero. Whoops, sorry, made it a weird size. This is a hero. this top part of this page. This is called a hero. On Marie Forleo's page, this is her hero. It's literally the header of any page that you see. That includes some sort of headline and a call to action. The reason why this is super important to include in your funnel is this is the first opportunity you get when someone actually clicks on something to do something, to like make an impact, to get them to take action, to get them to scroll down and not just leave the page. And so you want it to be very simple. And whoops, that's not what I want to show you. You want it to be very simple. See, here's another one, different kind of energy, right? Very simple and very easy to take action from. So let's talk about the formula for a good hero. Also might call it a header. Here's a simple formula you can use. Okay, it's headline and any kind of supportive copy and a call to action. So an outcome statement plus a call to action is a great hero. You just have this at the top of your page and you have it like this is the only thing they see when they come to the page, is this small piece of content. You don't want it to have a bunch of words underneath it right here. You don't want it to be too jumbly. You want it to be really clear that you're telling them, here's exactly what you want to do, and here is how to do it. Okay, here's a one way to make it a little more complex if you want. You've seen these where they have, a couple sentences here, a button, and then like a picture. These are the simplest ways that you can do this. And so this statement in the top, you want it to either grab attention or be some sort of outcome for your product. And then a sentence to explain, that outcome. And this is just really supportive copy. Copy is any of the words on marketing stuff, if you didn't know that. The how, the why, or some sort of urgency statement to get them to take action, and then give them a button to actually be able to take action doing it. Let's look at the ones that I just shared a second ago. Okay, business knowledge simplified, gain access to a network of over 120 entrepreneurs growing their business. Become a member. Very clear, okay? Tells me what I'm gonna get, tells me how I'm gonna get it, or what I'm gonna get when I do this, and then invites me to become a member. Marie Forleo's, get inspired with our award-winning TV show. Hundreds of episodes. Marie TV will motivate you with the wit and wisdom to build your dreams. Search our library to find the perfect one for you. Watch now. Like, it's very clear why I would do it. And you'll notice this across any good marketing. It's very simple. It tells you what you're going to get and then invites you to actually take action to get that thing. Okay, let's go back here. Number 6 is mockups. Okay, this is an example of a mockup I did for one of my clients. Her name is Jamila. She does postpartum. She does pelvic floor therapy, and she has a course online for women who are in their postpartum or pregnant phases to actually strengthen their core and their pelvic floor. Okay, so these are like actual photos from her course. This is from her Facebook group. These are like an actual representation of her worksheets. This is one of her worksheets just visualized on a computer. And you might be thinking like, Kayla, I'm not a graphic designer. How the heck do I, create that? And it's very simple. If you have Canva, you can create it very easily. We create them in my business if you just don't even want to try to figure out how to do it by yourself. But I'll show you exactly how to do it by yourself in a really simple manner. Okay, if you have Canva, let's go to Canva here, Canva. If you have Canva, you can, start your design, whatever size you want to have it. Canva actually has something super simple. You go to elements, you can scroll down here to frames, click see all, and you can come find a computer, a laptop, a book, or that's a tablet, and like a phone, right? So if I wanted to create a mockup with this, I can put this here, and all you have to do is actually take these screenshots, from your computer, from wherever they need to be, or wherever they are. You just take the actual screenshots, and then you take those photos. So I'm just going to use random photos right now, but you would just use the photos of your actual stuff, and you just drag it right in here. So your computer should have some sort of way for you to take a screenshot. You can Google your computer plus how to take a screenshot on your phone, or you can download something called You know, you can download a web clipper or like a full page screenshot to actually get screenshots of your things. And the thing is that's interesting is if you could actually do like a video in this too, so you could make it really, really cool if you wanted to. Like, okay, recording again. Got it. Awesome. We're here. All right, so let's hop back in here. Let me show you my screen again. Tara did ask me a question. I'll answer just a second. Okay, so that is how you can actually create these mock-ups yourself. I was creating one, you know, for Beth the other day. And like, look, it's a video. Oh, that actually that's a picture. I'm wrong. Hold on, the video. I could literally put any video in here I wanted to. Here's one of a landing page I did. And so I could actually make a video and show somebody, here's the course that you get. You guys can scroll on the whole thing. See? So you can use that, okay? So Tara, the pages laying down, those ones, those came from Photoshop. They actually came from somebody that created them for me. But you can find other mock-up kind of things to do that. And there are templates all over the place. Okay, so let's get back to the presentation. Okay, so a mock-up is really, it's just a visual representation of the product, service, or the course, like what comes with it. If you sell physical items, you can just have pictures of like the physical items. It might be a photo of all the things that they actually get with it. It is a way for people who need that visual like ability to see something, to like actually see what they're buying. And this is really important for digital products because there are so many people selling so many things that if someone lands on your sales page and they don't know what you're selling, they don't trust you yet, you know, they don't really know you, and they can't see what you're buying, and you're like, cool, pay me $2,000 for this thing. They're gonna be like, oh, I don't know what I'm buying. I'm not 100% sure if I'm gonna, you know, give you my money for that. But when you can actually show them, hey, look, here's some worksheets, look, you get this group, and you can actually give them that visual connection, you are much more likely to convert them on the other side. Okay, number 7 is upsells. The best time to get someone to take action is right after they took action. You know, when people are in that action mode, it's the easiest time. And it's the easiest time for them emotionally also, because they're already in like buying mode or like downloading mode, whatever they had to do. It's the easiest time for them to do things because they're immediately connected to what they just purchased or what they just did. So having upsells, obviously that requires for you to have like extended offers. And so there's lots of programs that you can put upsells in, or you can have an email sequence that has an upsell, or you have some sort of system for you to do that. Okay. Number 8 is the thank you page. A great thank you page does 2 things. It gives them like the first information that they need in order to actually like take action. Like if someone buys a course, what's the first thing that you need them to do since they've purchased that course? Or if they are joining a webinar, what is the first thing they need to do? Do they need to add to their calendar? Do they need to join a group? Like what is it that you need them to do right as soon as they do that to get them taking action in the face of having purchased or downloaded the thing? My favorite thing for thank you pages is actually putting videos in a thank you page. So if you like just create like a thank you video, like just literally take your phone, selfie, don't even have to be professional, right? A selfie that's like, hey, you just downloaded that thing. It was so awesome. How exciting. You know, I would love it if you join the group. You know, we do a lot of cool stuff in there, but then make sure you check your email for like, make sure you check your spam and everything too. And, you know, let's do the thing, right? Whatever you would want to say. It's just simple. Like what's that little short 30-second to 1-minute video that you need them to know. A thank you page also might be where you house the upsells, right? This might be where you put upsells. You have a thank you or whatever, then you're like, you know, here's another opportunity for you to purchase into the next thing. And like there's a lot of ways to do it, but you do want to have some sort of thank you, some sort of acknowledgement that people did purchase, download, whatever your thing, and then you're giving them a next step and acknowledging that they actually did that. There you go. That's what I just said. Okay, so let's talk about the actual anatomy of a landing page. You know, when people think about a funny funnel, they're generally thinking about a sales funnel, and the landing page is actually what people call a funnel too. So what are the essential pieces? Okay, super simple, headline and a call to action. Simplest landing page on the planet. This is really great for like things that are free, things that are really simple. They don't take a lot of commitment, right? Like they don't need to be convinced to do it. It's like, hey, download my free thing. Go ahead, you know, do that. We saw that with we saw that with, not this one. Yeah, this one. Well, that's a whole website. Hold on, let me find an actual landing page that just has that. I can show you something, a little sneak peek of something that you're going to see later. It's simple landing page, right? Boom, form. That's it. Super simple. Here's another one here I can find. So like Marie Forleo's thing, I know she has something I was looking at earlier. Like you land on this landing page and it's like, ready to do this thing? Get your freebie. Let's do it. Give me my freebie. And then she's like, okay, that's the only thing you do. Here is how you get it. Super easy. It's not complex at all. Okay, so when you think about a funnel, I don't want you to start thinking that you have to build something that is so complex. It's going to take tons of hours and tons of time. It can be really easy. You could create something on Canva that just has a word and a button, put a link on the button, and you can share the PDF. And that is just as much part of your funnel as anything else could be. Okay, now if you want to get more complex into funnels and actually doing sales things, these are some of the things that you could do. You know, having that hero section, you know, then actually talking to the client, addressing the problem that they're having and sharing a story about, you know, how you actually have a solution, share the benefits of your offer. You know, these are things that are like emotional benefits, like monetary benefits, like anything that could come out of them actually doing that thing. And you want to share benefits about the benefits about the benefits. Okay. The features are just like the hard line, like it has 4 PDFs. It has an online system. We are there for 40 minutes. It's just like the very, you know, basic actual, they're like things you can see, basically. Social proof. These are things like testimonials. You can do that in words. You can do it in like video form, and then giving them a final CTA. No matter what, no matter how much stuff's on your landing page, the very top and the very bottom, you want to have a call to action to actually have people do the thing that your goal is, to get them to do the course, to get them to download the thing, to get them to book the call. You want to have call to actions immediately at the top and immediately at the bottom, no matter what else you have in between. Okay. Because what do you do when you land on a landing page, right? You look at the top. Some of us scroll all the way to the bottom. I want to see the price. Oh, I forgot to put price. That's funny. Put your price on there somewhere right before your CTA. You know, and I want to scroll to the bottom and I want to see what's in it, what's the price, and what are they asking me to do. And then I usually scroll back to the top. That's more common with like if your client happens to be neurodivergent. People with ADHD don't want to reach the whole sales page. So if you know for a fact that you're going to market to people with ADHD, having that information directly at the top and then, you know, those simple things right at the bottom is super essential. So say CTA the same on the whole page. It can be. It doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be the same. I'll show you Breeze really quick that I did something differently with that. So I made, oh, not share that one. Share. Okay. I did a sales page for somebody recently, and I actually made her call to actions different the entire way through. Let's see, put my thing back to 100. So this is what it looks like when you land there. You can see the hero, very simple. This first call to action is step into my power. That's the call to action. What happens when you click on it? It sends you to, you know, the checkout page that has more information on it. This call to action says unlock my prosperity, right? So these are very branded call to action. So you're depending on your business, these could be very simple, like buy now, or they could be something like this, where it says unlock my prosperity, right? You kind of have the ability to make that what you want to make it. It just needs to be clear that they're actually taking an action. You can see her social proof here, her testimonials throughout the page. These are the benefits. Okay, this is what you're going to learn. You can see that here. It tells them the result they're going to get. There's some more social proof. This is the features. See, it says 8 weeks of pre-recorded content, powerful homework, video content library, and then it tells them the price, and then says join the masterclass. Like you, so it's and there's one at the very bottom too, join the masterclass, and then another option where there's actually upsell option here at the bottom. So you'll see hers has 4 or 5 call to actions, and that's great, right? At any point, someone could decide that they want to buy it. Have you ever been like, scrolling through some page and you're like, okay, I want to buy it, but then like it takes forever to get to the like purchase link. By the time you get there, you're like, never mind. So you want to give them an opportunity to do that at any point in time. Okay. Here. Oh, okay. And then there's things that are very, very extended sales pages. And this is like a full sales letter. If you want to get into really interesting cold market marketing, this is kind of the format that usually takes. Is it will take them through every mindset they could possibly have to overcome. I want to show you a really long sales page so you guys can kind of understand. There is a, what is it called? There is a wide range of what sales pages look like. Okay, this is great. It's got a whole lot of stuff here at the top. You can see that you could take action literally right here at the top. Like they have their headline, everything. It says the price. They got their mock-up. You could download it right here. But watch this. Look how long this sales page is. Okay. If you land here and you have no idea what they're doing, they're going to walk you through literally everything you could possibly want to know about this business. Look, it's still, look how long this is. Like, so there is no, is it long enough? Is it short enough? Okay. It's just, is it going to be effective for your audience? That's the only consideration you have to make when you're building a sales funnel. Okay. But here's the rule that he did. At the very bottom, what is there? Call to action. At the very bottom, many in between. There's even a frequently asked questions here and their money back guarantee, which you can consider also having on your sales page. Okay. So that's a lot. Anybody feel overwhelmed like scrolling through that sales page? I was like, wow, that's a lot. That's a lot. If you ever need, sales page information, when you're scrolling through your Facebook and you see something that really catches your eye, save those links, like the links of those things, so you can see the format that people do think, all that for $27. Yeah, and I know for a fact that on the backside there's like $5,000 and $10,000 and $20,000 coaching packages, so they have a whole system. We're not going to get into their stuff because it's crazy. It's craziness. So community nurturing, okay, beyond the journey of the purchase. Where we stopped before, the call to action, people purchasing, that is where most people stop worrying about the sales funnel. However, if you want to take your business to that next level, you want to create that continuous kind of, clients, you want to create that continuous growth in audience and clients, you want to make sure that you have some sort of community nurturing beyond the purchase. This does not mean you have a container to put people in. It doesn't mean you have a Facebook group. It doesn't mean you have a Telegram group. It just means you have some sort of strategy around nurturing your community, the people in your business, whether you're connecting them. I definitely spelled nurturing wrong, but it's fine. That's funny. Nurturing. You want to have some sort of nurturing beyond just the sale. Okay, we're going to talk about email sequences in just a second, which I think is essential. However, it's not, I know I didn't notice either, that's why I obviously just noticed, is it's essential if you want a long-lasting company. If you just want a whole bunch of one-off clients, you don't have to nurture your audience, nurture your community at all. But I know that most of you don't want that. Most of you would like repeat clients. You would like a lifelong clients. You want your clients to, send you referrals. So, this is something I want you to just think about. There's not a lot of information the slides about it, because it's going to be very customized for you. It's going to be customized for your energy, for how you like to deal with people, for what your vision of your business is. And so this is just something that you want to consider. The next thing, and the final secret weapon number 11, is follow-up. Okay, this is intentional post-purchase nurturing, email sequences, direct reach outs, sending cards, phone calls, whatever. I recently had an experience with a photographer that I was blown away by. Okay, I was blown away by this experience I had with a photographer. I got like a Facebook ad or something for a photographer nearby, and I was like, oh, great, awesome. I've been looking for a photographer. Make this straight. There we go. I've been looking for a photographer. I need some brand photos. I usually put in forms so that I get that information back in my email and I can like address it later. So I filled out the form, like interested. I got a text message, an email. I received multiple follow-up phone calls and text messages. And I was like blown away, like from this just local brand photographer. That is not very common that you experience that kind of diligent follow-up. I was like, I don't know, but I need to know you because this is amazing. Like, that's how I felt. I was like, you're obviously doing really cool stuff in your business and this is fantastic. When you're a one-man show and you don't have like a ton of systems or automations, this can feel like a lot. You're like, I can't call and text or email every single client. And that is why it is important to start to get into things that are automated. The simplest automations that you can do are email sequences. And so when you set up your offer, what do you want to happen after they actually purchase? And you can set up email sequences really simply. MailChimp is free. ConvertKit, it's like $15 a month or something. I can create automations in it really easily as long as I have less than 300 subscribers. Like, so when you are really starting out in your business, you can get these really low cost things that actually can make your life so much easier, right? Like the email that you got today about this webinar or this call, I didn't send it, 15 minutes before the call. I set up the automation because I know for a fact I can't sit here 15 minutes before the call and send you an email, right? And so it's important that you know the pieces that you need to have in place and then figure out how to get those to be automated. And there are so many ways these days that can happen really, really easily. So if you need any help around like, well, what should you choose to actually do that with, go ahead and message me on Facebook and we can just talk about it. So let's see, go back to my thing here. No, move it. Oh, I can't find my share button. It disappeared, guys, disappeared. Are there any questions right now that I can answer? We're almost at the end here.
Oh, there I see it. I wanted to see the follow-up slide again. Did you have a second part?
No, there is not a second part here.
Okay.
So yeah, there's no second part, but usually what I would suggest if you're having email sequences, and things is you want to have a thank you kind of email sequence, and then you want to map out all the things you want to communicate to that person moving forward, right? What's the next step for them? Where do you want to point them next? Did they download something free and now you want to give them some like a next little course? Do you want them to have a conversation with you? Like, what's the next steps after they've purchased the thing? Do you need to have a whole onboarding sequence where they, every week they get an email to remember to check their course? Do you need to invite them to join a group? Do you need to invite them into like scheduling a call? Like, you need to know what are the steps that they need to take after they actually purchase so that you can have those client experiences be set up really well. And that's the whole point. That is the whole point. The whole point is so that, yeah, if you guys want a 20-minute deep dive on your own funnels, let us know. Just email Katie at katie@taylorddouglas.com. Katie just learned she has a new email. She didn't even know. Sorry. I was watching her laugh. You just email us, and like this really is just like a contribution to you guys. Like, yeah, we could help you guys figure out your funnel stuff, but honestly, just a contribution for you to be able to map it out. Because sometimes you just need someone to ask the right questions so that you can figure out what you need to do without them having to do anything for you. Okay, so I am so grateful that you guys have been here today. Is there any other questions that I can answer right now?
I have a question just because I was late, obviously. Do you have like a quick one page of what the actual funnel is, like what it looks like?
Good question. No, I don't.
Okay.
But I'm going to be sending out the recording of this to the people who
Okay,
showed up
cool.
live. So
Okay,
feel free to watch
good.
it. Yeah.
I was so sad. I was like, it was like 11:30 here, and I was like, no. All right, that's why I jumped on. So it's fine. Cool.
Yeah, so I will be sending it to everyone who showed up live because that's awesome. And I
Cool, thank
appreciate you
you.
guys for showing up live. These will be hosted on my Zoom like this from now on. So I'll give you guys that new link and you'll get another link when you get your email after this. So, okay, I have an invitation for you. This one's exciting. Okay, guys, are you ready? I have just opened the wait list for the Embodied Business and Leadership Academy, which is helping you build a business that embodies your vision, your voice, and your values. You're going to get a whole new version of Taylor in this. And this is the first time that it has been announced publicly. So let me just grab that link for you guys. This is the first, I think it's 20 people. I can't remember what I put. The first people who get into this actually just get lifetime access for free. So if it's anything that's interesting to you, join now, get on the wait list because it will eventually be not free. Hold on, go back to my Zoom, put my link here. I'll be hosting lots of stuff in there. I'm gonna start doing an interview series with other business owners who have found success in different areas and posting all of these replays in there and all kinds of stuff. So if you want to jump in that, I put the waitlist link in the chat. And you'll also get it in your email. And oh yeah, first 25 people. Oh, I said it's $1 a month. When it launches, it'll be $1 a month, but there you go, lifetime access. So if you want to take a screenshot or anything of that, you can also put the link there for free. Maybe I'll give it to you for free because I said so. We'll see. But there you go. I'm excited. I love you guys, and I'm grateful for you being here. And we'll see you next week. Bye.